starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey!
Evening.
Evening.
Right.
We're both together on it, first of all.
Well, welcome
kick
back
me off.
to welcome back to the three people that have come back to us.
Oh, no. Thank you, guys. I'm hoping there's more. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, evening Tori, even Gary, even Ali.
How are we all?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yes, mate. Yes, I'm still in the process of getting my movie room sorted out. So I'm currently sat in my son's room just to keep it quiet. So that's why I've got a wardrobe behind me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I've done a lot of DIY the last week or so.
Yeah.
In that room to try and get it all set up. So hopefully I should be in. I'm hoping to be in there next week, to be fair. But I need to get myself a decent chair. I'm not sure whether I get a gaming chair or just a leather chair.
I got a leather desk chair, as you can see, and it's all right. I got that last March when we went into lockdown. We had to set up like an office thing. I had enough of sitting on the couch downstairs. So yeah, I got that, and it's coming really, really handy. Monday evening, Pete, evening, Lainey. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you for joining us again. Right. So, homework.
Mm-hmm. Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, homework was set by Z last week. Big Trouble in Little China. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had it on today. To be fair, I left it till last minute again, but I had seen it before anyway.
Well, I've seen it so many times, but I have watched it again as well. But you miss so many little one-liners and stuff like that, don't you, out of the film?
Yeah.
Has the chat watched it? No, Tori hasn't. She let us down.
Oh, come on, Tori.
That's it. I'm taking the spanner off you now. No. So, no, it was good, like I say. And I've done a little bit of research behind it and stuff like that. And a reminder has just been sent. Oh, right. Okay, the chat's. Evening, Rich. You all right?
Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't see the chat at the minute.
Yeah, so it's the I did a bit of research behind it and stuff like that. As you know me, I like to. And it was it was interesting. It's interesting. I actually went through 2 complete rewrites before the studio even accepted it, and they still weren't sure on the character of Jack. So John Carpenter had to do a prologue of Jack before the studio watched the film, so they understood what they were watching about him. But I caught a clip of Kurt Russell, and he was talking on Jack. Is it Graham Norton? He was on the Graham Norton show. And he was saying that the cinemas only had it showing for 4 days before they took it off the cinema. It flopped that badly.
Really?
It was canned in the States in the cinema. Yeah.
Wow. So
for a show to have such a good cult following now, for a film to have such a good cult following now, and it was he classed it as his most successful flop.
I wonder how it did on the sort of video sales and rental sales as opposed to the cinema, because obviously with the cinema, if it was only up there for 4 days, I wonder if it sort of took off when it actually went to VHS. Obviously, it was 86, wasn't it? So it would have been VHS back then. But
you can ask Gary. Gary probably had loads.
How many rentals did you get, Gary? I mean, I enjoyed it. I tell you what, I did forget the taxi driver guy. He's the guy out of Three Ninjas.
Yes, he's the granddad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the granddad out of Three Ninjas, and I didn't twig until I watched it again. And then all I could think of with those three, like, what would you class them? Like gods. I mean, the guy with the lightning and everything. That's the one.
The three storms, yeah.
Yeah, the three storms. That's it. It's just reminding me of Mortal Kombat. Literally, like Raiden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Madness, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think he's dead. I think he's aged pretty well. To be fair, that movie.
Yeah, a lot of the films back then haven't aged particularly too well, but the effects for a film that's like coming on to 40 years old is absolutely superb. Lana's in. I am allowed to say hello to Lana this week, am I, Steve? You accused me.
Go on then. Go on then. Just shout at her.
Hey, babe. It's me. I'm on TV. Yeah. So, yeah, it was interesting watching it again. And like I say, some of the one-liners, and there's a couple in there where they're getting ready to go and fight the three storms and stuff like that. And she turns around and says to him, "I'll come with you." And he goes, "Yeah, I know, you've got a problem with your face." It's just the way he delivers it. Yes, it's just brilliant. Yeah. She just means the fact that people recognize her, and he's just going off on, like, you know, the delivery of the little one-liners, and it, you know, at a time like this,
contacts him, didn't she?
Yeah, and it's a time like this, old Jack Burton says, and everyone goes, "Who's Jack Burton?" He goes, "I am." You know, referring to himself in the third party all the time.
I think it's only like an hour and 40 minutes or something, though. It's not a massively long film.
No.
Not in the context of the day, anyway.
I think for a first one for homework for us, I think that was a good pick. I think it was really good pick.
That definitely beats blooming Rubber or
TX1138.
Divas, isn't it? Definitely something we could get hold of.
Right. Just so you guys know, you've probably noticed some of you of spanners now. It took me about 40 minutes after last week's show to figure out how to do it. So, yeah, I appreciate it if you can keep an eye on the chat for us and marshal it is the way that you would do. What's Gary saying here now? I've seen it before. Good film. Can't really remember much about it. It did went well though.
Yeah, I was right.
Yeah. Ali.
Hey, Ali.
Did the 2001. Some of my faves: Danny Darko, Hannibal, Serendipity, Lord of the Rings, Riding in Cars with Boys, Rat Race, and Harry Potter. Yeah, there you go. Ali saying thank you for being a spanner. No, you're all right.
And she said, "What?" She said, "You're a spanner."
Yeah, thank you for making me a spanner.
You're more than welcome.
Right. Okay. So, is there any other 2001 movies or any other comments about the homework before we move on? I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for that, Kurt Russell must have done a lot of successful flops then, really, mustn't he? From like Escape from New York and Escape from LA and Soldier and stuff like that, because he's been in a lot that haven't really been mainstream for what you would class as a A-list actor.
Is he the Nicolas Cage of the 80s then? Literally just churning them out, because he was in so many movies, wasn't he?
Mm.
You know, some stuck and some didn't, but yeah, I know what you're saying. There's a couple of cult classics, I think, out of with him.
Mm. Right. Okay. No one's talking there. Let's go to this. Okay. Right. So, the year for review. We spanned the wheel last week and we got 2001. Now, I was having a good chat with Lawrence this week, and she made a very good point. 2001 seems to be a good year because it was right in the middle of the wheel that we were spinning.
Yeah.
So it's like 1960 to like 2010 or whatever. And considering that we always talk about the 80s and 90s, the 2000 was quite an interesting year. And as you said to me before the show, it's quite difficult to get your bearings on the year, isn't it? Really, because you're used to just looking at the one genre, like the horror or whatever else. So, what were your best picks for 2001? What have you got? Well, what's your top 5 for 2001?
Like I said to you just slightly before we started, I mean, the thing for me is I was really, really surprised on just how many really good movies or the start of sort of it's not well, what would you say, the franchises started in that particular year. And for me there was a couple obviously standout ones that they've lasted. You've got your Harry Potter, you've got the first Harry Potter, the first Lord of the Rings, the first Fast and Furious, which, if I'm honest with you, I think that was probably my best movie of that year. The Fast and Furious, because I'd never seen anything like it before. The cars were amazing. The sort of the cinematography of it, and it sort of going from the driver through to the engine. Do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. It was just something I'd never seen before. Plus, Vin Diesel and Paul Walker was great in it. There was a couple of ones that I'd seen that maybe I missed the first time around, like Mike Bassett, England Manager, that sort of film. I've seen them since, but at the time I obviously didn't know much about them, but they were great. I'm a bit of a soppy one, so things like Pearl Harbor, Moulin Rouge, great movies. Love a nice musical. I Am Sam, The Majestic, they were some good films as well, with Jim Carrey in The Majestic, and I Am Sam was Sean Penn and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
So if I had to break it down to top 5, I'd probably say Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Tomb Raider, which is another good one. I remember watching Jeepers Creepers at the cinemas. That scared the living crap out of me. And then I'll put Fast and Furious at number 1. But there is so many movies that year. I mean, if you look at something like AI, that was another big budget movie that year.
Yeah.
That young actor in it, that's the guy out of Sixth Sense, isn't it?
Haley Joel Osment, if I remember correctly.
I think that's the guy, yeah. That's the lad. But such a great year for movies.
Yeah. Hey, Catan. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Catan. Hey, Dave.
So what I've gone with, and it's a surprise because you've mentioned a couple that I've chucked. Well, one particularly that I've chucked in my worst pile, which was Moulin Rouge. And I actually surprised Lana because I've got 3 films here that I actually hate from that year, and it's not like me to hate any films. Hey, Catan. Hey, Z, you all right?
Hey, Z, thanks for coming back, mate.
Oh, you little... I'm a fraud. I did not get to watch it. You could have watched it while you were in the shop.
Ignore those customers.
No, to be honest with you, see, I really enjoyed it watching it again. It was really good. It was a great suggestion. So we're just talking about 2001 now for those that are just joining us. So I've gone Moulin Rouge is in my... for me, it's a film that should never have been made.
Why?
No, it's just crap.
Okay, so break that down. You can't just say it's crap. What's crap
it's
about
crap,
it?
Unless you know that I just...
that.
Yeah, and Nicole Kidman. And you think it should be all right, but it's not. I just did not enjoy it at all whatsoever. Vanilla Sky's another one. Again,
yeah, definitely.
I don't know if it's because I couldn't get my head around it, if it was the way it's been filmed or what. It's just on that list of things I'm not going to watch again. And Jurassic Park 3.
I knew you'd put that in there. I saw that on the list. I was like, yeah, he's gonna say that.
Now I liked 1 and 2, but 3, I don't.
3 is terrible.
I think 3 was meant to be a bridge film, but if you put 3 before 2, it might have worked.
No, I didn't like 3.
But I don't know. So we move on to the good stuff. So I've gone with Training Day.
Okay.
Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. AI, we've just been talking about. Your Jude Law and your Haley Joel Osment. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Pearl Harbor, but I've gone with two other war films that were out that year. I've gone with Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
Because I just found that was absolutely superb.
I've never actually got watching that.
Have you not? And
No.
Enemy at the Gates.
Again,
with Jude Law, Rachel Reese, and Ed Harris.
Yeah.
Brilliant film. Absolutely stunning film. And then I was torn between two. Spirited Away or the Final Fantasy Spirits Within. I like them both for different reasons. They're both like anime cartoony, but Final Fantasy was absolutely brilliant. The animation on that.
Oh God, yeah, for its time, yeah.
For its time, it was absolutely superb. And then Spirit Away for the anime manga type of film. But yeah, I looking at the list, I was like, there's some really cracking films out, but there's some really crap ones as well.
Yeah, well, let's just say, like I said to you earlier, I mean, for me, I've got 17 written down here, literally straight off the bat. I mean, you think about Shrek. Yeah, I think was that probably one of the first ones where it was more, it was tailored around adult and child. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of comedy in there that was tailored to adults that the kids might not get, but they definitely, the adults definitely would.
Yeah.
See,
it's not Owen Wilson. That's Behind Enemy Lines, I think it was, wasn't it, with Owen Wilson?
Yes. Yeah, I think so, yeah. And then you've got, this is a bit of a soppy one, but I've always liked Serendipity with Kate Beckinsale in. 13 Ghosts. That was amazing, that film. Absolutely amazing. Ocean's 11. I never expected it to be as good as it was, but it was star-studded.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Again, another soppy one, Save the Last Dance.
Yes.
Good film. And
did you think that was predictable, though?
Yeah, of course it was. But the thing is that there's I think there's a theme with some of those, like your Moulin Rouge, like your Save the Last Dance, and that. There was definitely sort of a popularity to them at that time. You know what I mean? So, but just the fact that you've got some of the biggest franchises all starting in exactly the same year, 3 of them. There was definitely a good year for cinema.
So I've got my list of other films that were released in that year that I couldn't really categorize, so I was going to run past you. So Bridget Jones's Diary.
Yeah.
Shrek. Legally Blonde. Pearl Harbor. Now, like Pearl Harbor, the fact that it's not necessarily historically correct but I like the film.
It's the cinematography of it's great.
Yeah.
If you take away the love story of it.
Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
And I do like this film. I like this film quite a bit. And I think it's probably one of the funnier Heath Ledger films. A Knight's Tale.
Yes, I saw that as well. Yeah, great film. I don't know who the woman is in it, but she's good as well. Can't remember her name now. But yeah, it's a really good film.
Well, she was in... what's the one where he gives up sex? 40 Days and 40 Nights.
40 Days and 40 Nights, isn't it?
Yeah. She was in that one, wasn't she?
Yeah.
That's the same actor that's in Black Hawk Down. Is that who it is? Josh Hartnett, yeah. He's in Black Hawk Down and he's in Pearl Harbor as well, isn't he? Yeah. That's who we're thinking about, not Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's everyone talking about? These movies are unbelievable for 20 years old. Yeah, exactly, I can't believe the 20 years old as well. Like I say, I'm looking at some of them on my list, and I'm thinking, things like AI. Again, the effects on AI is superb.
Meme Machine. That was another one Lainey mentioned. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go. I had a lovely prop machine gun.
Oh, here we go. Rich, do you do this on purpose or what? Honestly, every single time we talk about it, he's like, yeah, I've sold something like that. I hope you're doing well, pal.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how he's going with Drive Bunny. Was Drive Bunny going on his show at the weekend?
Hey up, yeah, that'd be cool. Told him all the monsters, but he's the Eddie Ink.
Yeah, Monsters Inc.'s about a tattoo parlor.
Yeah. It's on Amazon.
Yeah. Oh, we just read that one out. No, sorry. Josh Hartnett shops in my store. Oh, okay.
Oh, does he? I thought he was it. Yeah.
Can you get him to sign a few things for Richard? He must be running out of movie pops. Right. Questions for you. Okay. Who would you think was the highest paid actor or actress in 2001?
Is this a trick question?
No.
I'm still going to go with someone like Tom Cruise, to be fair.
I thought it would have been Tom Cruise.
Hang on. Maybe Brad Pitt?
No.
It wouldn't have been. You see, I don't think it'd have been any of the start of the franchises, because obviously,
actually, it might be a bit of an unfair question, but yeah, highest paid actress in 2001.
Oh, actress
or actor or actress. It just happens to be an actress. Was Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts. She was still taking royalties from Runaway Bride, which was released in 1999. Erin Brockovich, which was released the year before, 2000. Notting Hill. Yeah, she won a couple of awards for that. Notting Hill, again, released in 1999.
Yeah.
America's Sweethearts was that year's movie, 2001. Because that also had Catherine Zeta-Jones and John Cusack, if I remember correctly. And The Mexican from 2001.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy that. But
that's unusual. She was closely followed by Bruce Willis and Robert De Niro.
For what?
Closely followed by Bruce Willis and Robert De Niro.
Wow.
But wasn't like 15 minutes in films like that were out back then, 2000, 2001-ish for Robert De Niro. And he was doing a lot of stuff with the younger actors, bringing them through, wasn't he?
Yeah, so yeah, you're probably right on that.
So he's probably not been big part actor. He's just been in film
and paid royalties for each bloody one of them. Yeah, that's probably about right. Well, that's unusual. I wouldn't have put that on that year particularly. Never.
Yeah.
Evening, isn't this the year of the hairy armpits? I don't know. Was it the year of the hairy armpits?
No.
Yeah, it was a great film. I remember seeing that at the cinemas, Erin Brockovich.
There you go. Yeah. Sorry, I should have really went through the chat there. A lot of people are saying Tom Cruise, Denzel Washington, Brad Pitt. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting used to this hosting thing. I should pay more attention to what you're saying. Instead of getting unraveled in our conversations. Okay. Highest grossing movies of that year. What would your money be on?
Oh, for 1,000,000% would be Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I would go. Because it was the books, wasn't it? The books, it was literally because the books were done. You know, yeah. I mean, it was massive, and they're both massive, but you know, yeah, I didn't expect it to spawn like 7 movies or whatever it was, 8 movies.
Oh, it's the book series, isn't it?
Yeah, but man,
you start one series of one book of a series, and you usually get, unless it's the Percy Jackson stories, and then
yeah,
obviously you get 2 of them or 3 of them, and then they stop because he's getting too old. Like
all the Harry Potter books weren't completed by that point, though. I would have said they were probably about halfway through by the time they started the movies.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your second guess? What's number 2?
Lord of the Rings. Okay.
Lord of the Rings doesn't make your top 5.
Really?
Doesn't get into the top 5.
Tomb Raider?
No.
Fast and Furious.
We have got a right answer in the chat.
Oh. Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
Kids film. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Robert De Niro did Meet the Parents, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and number 3, highest grossing film of 2001 was...
Highest grossing film. See, what was the last question?
What was number 2? What was the second highest grossing film?
Oh, okay. Pearl Harbor? Fast and the Furious?
Nope.
Oh, God. Moulin Rouge?
Hey, Mr. Diggs. No.
AI?
Nope.
Come on, put me out of my misery then.
I'll go on and I'll put you out your misery. Monsters Inc.
Really?
It was definitely a year for animation movies. 2001.
That's
definitely a year for animation movies.
That's definitely a surprise. Wow. We got hey, Mr. Diggs.
Yeah. So I asked Lana what her favourite 2001 was, and then I forgot she was 6 back in 2001.
So who was Monsters Inc. and Shrek?
So she went Jimmy Neutron, Monsters Inc., Shrek, and what was the other one she said? Bridget Jones. Yeah. But she liked Jimmy Neutron because it wasn't like a mainstream like animation movie. It wasn't one of the big ones everyone was fucking over, Shrek and Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
So she really enjoyed Jimmy Neutron.
Well, that's not too bad. What's everyone saying? What was everybody else's favourite film of 2001?
Yeah, what's Dave saying here? 21 years later, I'm now watching Shrek with the kids. Yeah.
My little one loves them. My little one loves them. I think she can go through, mind you, to be fair, Lou's the same. She loves watching them, so they can go through them all. She was devastated because she thought they'd been taken off Netflix at one point. Like, I don't own the Blu-rays of them. Honestly, in the 3D versions as well.
Yeah.
So they've been taken off. I'm like, yeah, we've got it upstairs anyway. What are you worrying about?
Yeah.
I think they are on there. I think she just couldn't find them. Or at least the first one had gone missing or something. What we got in the chat?
There you go. Katan's his favourite Fast and Furious.
You see, yeah, well, this is it. I know Monkey Thrifter said Hannibal, and I did absolutely love that film. It's just the Gary Oldman character. I didn't particularly like that guy too much. It wasn't great, but the rest of the film, Anthony Hopkins is brilliant in that role. I think it's filmed in Florence, isn't it?
Hannibal was the one with Julianne Moore, wasn't it? The second one.
Yeah, but I think it was Florence or somewhere. It was absolutely beautiful where they filmed it.
Yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah, that was on there.
Yeah, that's a brilliant film, Jay and Silent Bob. I watched the Jay and Silent Bob reboot the other week, and it is hilarious.
Mate, I paid like 20 quid for a CEX for that Blu-ray. I don't know why. I thought that if they're charging 20 quid for it, it must be rare. For
which one? Jay and Silent Bob?
Yeah, the Jay and Silent Bob new one, the reboot.
Oh, the reboot.
Yeah, the reboot. It's on blooming. I think it's on streaming anyway. I think I watched it on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, that's it. The reboot's on Netflix, isn't it? Yeah.
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 I hate you. I've not really got into them, to be honest with you. I've got I think I've got it's Kevin Smith in it. I've got the Kevin Smith collection, which is like Clerks and a few other ones.
Clerks 1 and 2, Chasing Amy, Dogma,
Yeah.
Mallrats.
No, I bought Dogma on DVD last week because I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to get that.
But I just love that when you watch the whole series of that, the little one-liners and the little flick-overs between the films are brilliant, because there's a bits in like in Mallrats where they're talking about the girl that's had a heart attack in the swimming pool because the other person called her fat, and they refer to it in Clerks as well, and they refer to it in you're cheering Chasing Amy. So that character that's Chasing Amy works its way through to the fact that she actually dies in the swimming pool because the fella from Mallrats calls her fat. But yeah, it's just little links all the way through the series that if you watch them all, or if you haven't seen them, you don't realise it does that.
Yeah.
What's that? Finish just said Legends. Yeah, Jay Silent Bobby.
There you go. That's not too bad. That's not. I'll take that. I'll take that as a comment.
There you go.
Sorry. Yeah.
There you go. He's just corrected me. She has an embolism doing laps in the pool. Yeah, I knew she dies swimming. Yeah.
So I went out. I had a pop into town earlier. I went to one of the charity shops. I managed to pick up like 4 Blu-rays, which I was quite impressed with. But I've literally bought one of them just for the slipcover, which is the Nightmare Before Christmas. I was missing the slipcover, so I bought that. Then I found.
Did you not just want to steal the slipcover?
No, literally, it was only a couple of quid each. But then I found Afro Samurai Resurrection, which is a manga film.
All right, okay.
So I'll give that a try. That was unusual to find that sort of film in there, to be fair. Same with this one, which is Night of the Living Dead, George Romero.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to get the original, but that's the sequel, isn't it? And then I managed to find a steelbook of the Avengers. So I was chuffed with that.
Yeah.
What I like about it is down the spine, you've got the Avengers. If I can get that close enough, but you literally got the Avengers going down the side. But I must have about 3 different copies of this because I've got the 3D one as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to, for a couple of quid, I'm not going to turn steelbook down. But I was well chuffed with that because you usually get the same old drib in there when it comes to Blu-rays. But for a couple of quid each, I was picking them up.
So can I just jump in here? We're between them and Dave. Because I love the new He-Man, but I also despise it with all my heart as well.
In
the same vein. I love what he tried to do with it.
Yeah.
But my God, you're fucking with my childhood. And Netflix have already made the cock up of Transformers.
Yeah.
Right? These latest Siege, Horizon, and Siege, that it's just cocked it right up, and they've done it with He-Man. I'm sorry if you've not seen it, Steve, and I wouldn't waste your time watching it. I hope the second series or the second season is a lot better than the first one. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, I wouldn't waste your time with it.
Yeah, I haven't. It's not something I've jumped onto yet. It got fed back to me that there's a bit of a change at the start of it, and it's like it's not really. I think I was going to phrase it He-Man focused. So it was like I don't really want to watch it if it's like the start of it. He's pretty much. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to give too much away, but I think it's more about the Masters of the Universe.
It's more about one particular character from Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't got into that. I did get round to watching the Suicide Squad, which I really enjoyed. The middle bit was a bit slower than I wanted it to be, but they've definitely done a lot better with that. And you can tell the director is the same director from Guardians, because the tempo of the movie is completely different. And it's not that it ignores what happened before. It's just that it sort of accepts that this is a Suicide Squad. It can be any of these people that she picks, and you don't have to go through that whole rigmarole at the start of how they became the Suicide Squad, like you did last time.
So you're just accepting the fact that it's the second movie. They've replaced the main actor or main part of the Suicide Squad with another one.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's, you literally, it just starts. I can't explain it any other way. It's just action from the get-go. I don't know, give it probably 10, 15 minutes, and then it sort of gets going. But yeah, I thought it was an enjoyable movie. I'd definitely watch it again. It's going to be on my collection at some point.
Yes, the new Spider-Man trailer. Right. Which Spider-Man do you think Doc Ock saying "Hello, Peter" to?
The one from his movies. Is it Garfield?
Tobey Maguire.
Sorry, yes, Tobey Maguire in it for them ones.
Do you think it's Tobey Maguire, or do you just thinking he's seeing it's Spider-Man and think it's Peter Parker and he doesn't realise it's not his Spider-Man?
No, I think they're all in it.
Are you going to be disappointed when they're not?
Yes, 100%, because I think this is going to be absolutely epic. One thing that I did think, though, right, was when I saw the first sort of bits of clips, and it was, I mean, I love Doctor Strange as a character. I love Benedict. I think he's brilliant. But he stood there in what I can only describe as sort of casual wear with a cape on.
Yes.
And I was a bit like, I'm not used to seeing that. I like to it took me a second for my mind to process that he was literally stood there in sort of what I would probably describe as cozies, with his the hood on, the cape on.
Yeah. Yes, Catan, the Goblin Bomb. That looked brilliant as well, just seeing that come bouncing down the thing.
Do you think they would have released it if some of it hadn't got leaked? Do you think they would have released it like now, or do you think they'd have waited?
I think they would have waited. Because like you say, the whole multiverse and how that all gets changed over, it's been hinted at throughout so far, hasn't it? In your WandaVision and Loki, how it's going to happen. So it looks like they've cocked it up twice, haven't they, this multiverse?
Yeah.
Because obviously Loki's cocked it up once, and then Strange has got the spell wrong.
Well, I don't think he got the spell wrong. I think it was.
Well, Peter intervened, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, well, I want Aunt May to this and that and everything else."
Yeah.
But it's going to be an interesting one. But I quite like the twist.
Doc Ock, mate. Doc Ock is my favourite out of those villains. I think.
Yeah.
He was brilliant.
Yeah. I quite like the twist. I quite like the twist how they're blaming Peter for Mysterio's death.
Yeah.
And that they're actually linking the two now that you've actually killed somebody. Because that sort of gets brushed over, doesn't it, in a lot of this? Apart from Civil War, when they're talking about the Sokovia Accords, killing innocent people, the rest of the time they just get skipped over, don't they?
Yeah. But it was definitely a nice surprise this week. Anyone else? Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It just feels like it should have been out about 3 years ago. No Time to Die. I mean, the song was in the charts 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely. I love Bond, and I'll be so gutted when David Craig stops doing them. Daniel Craig, sorry, stops doing them.
Do you think Daniel Craig's a good James Bond, or do you think he's a good twist on the modern day James Bond?
I don't think it's the hero that we needed right now. The hero that we wanted, but it's the hero that we needed right now. No, I think I just think he is very good. I mean, he's a good actor anyway, but I think his sort of twist on it has definitely been definitely refreshing, especially after Brosnan, because that was cheesy 90s. That's all that was. But they needed someone a bit more gritty, really, and more. I think he's more likable than Brosnan, to be honest.
When you see him and he's doing all the parkour stuff up and down the crane at the beginning of
Casino Royale,
and then he gets into the room with the bloke, and you see James Bond headbutt someone, and you're like, "Oh, this is different." Why is he headbutted someone?
But yeah, he's been good to me. Casino Royale is definitely still my favourite on them. So I'll be gutted when he stops. I mean, he was threatening that before this one, wasn't he? He was like, "That was it. I'm done now." You know, and to sort of getting back for another one. I mean, he's an aging character anyway. It's just the demands of the stunts, I think, now.
So who would you think would take over as James Bond? Or do you reckon we'll have a Jeanette Bond?
Well, I hope they don't do that. And it's nothing against, I'm not sexist or out. I hope they don't do that, because they've done that with every other franchise. I'm literally, it's become the norm to do that. I mean, there is a 007, there is a 00 agent in this one with that's female. Because I remember it coming out saying that 007 is going to be female, and it was like, what? And then when you read into it, she's that girl from the one previous has become a 00 agent.
Yeah, they can do spin-offs as female agents or whatever. Like they could have done that with the Bourne Identity, couldn't they, and stuff like that. You know, and just have like. I think they tried to do it in the Treadstone series, didn't they? That they had all different people in that. But yeah, if you're gonna do it, make it their own standalone agents.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, like I say, Casino Royale for me, I think that was probably one of the first Blu-rays I ever saw, like the high definition, if you like, and it just looks absolutely mint. I mean, they did a couple of movies that were sort of the older movies, and they brought them out on Blu-ray, but because it looked like it was properly filmed in high definition, it looked stunning, you know. And then, like I say, some of the one-liners in it, like where he comes back after nearly dying in the car. He's like, "Oh, sorry, that last time nearly killed me," you know. And it's just stuff like that. You're like, "Yeah, it's still sort of a Bond movie," but the action in it was brilliant.
See, Z saying Idris Elba and Benedict Cumberbatch. Scott Adkins, I wouldn't say he's James Bond. I say he's more Batman. I'd love to see Scott Adkins as Batman.
What are you thinking of the new Batman?
The Robert Pattinson one. I haven't seen much of it, to be honest. I haven't seen many of the clips or trailers for it.
What are you thinking about him doing it?
I wish. I know it's a Batman from a different series and a different line and stuff, but I wish they make their mind up if Ben Affleck's doing another Batman or he's not, because he's on and he's off, he's on and he's off. It's the same with the Joker. Yeah. It's either going to be Joaquin Phoenix or it's Jared Leto. It's one of the two, because in the next film it's going to be Jared Leto. Yeah. So it's like, which Joker have we got, or which Batman have we got? Or you're going to put Phoenix in with Patterson and have those two as a separate entity.
Who is the villain in that one? Do you know yet?
Like I say, mate, I have no idea. I haven't been following it. There's been too many comic. As much as I go on about them, there's been too many comic book movies being made and being released that I can't follow it all. I've got like franchise burnout.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I think that there's a lot of sequels that I'm looking forward to, but some of the newer stuff. I mean, the Eternals looks good. It's the Eternals or Immortals? What are they called?
The Immortals.
Immortals, sorry.
The Eternals. Oh, it is the Eternals. It is the Eternals, isn't it?
You know, but to sort of with those ones, I'm looking forward to them once I've seen a trailer. Whereas what's that other one at the minute with the I want to say Chinese guy in?
Chang or something.
Yeah, I don't even. That'll be one of those that I might just see, but I'm not really sort of.
He's a character. He's a character tied in with Iron Fist, but the ten rings are what the Mandarin chases.
Yeah.
So you've already had a really piss poor effort of the Mandarin in Iron Man 3.
Yeah, that's true. That really pissed me off. That did.
And they're talking about the 10 rings and that now. So I don't know if we're going to get a proper Iron Fist stroke Mandarin.
Yeah, but I mean, in what
coming
world?
Up, I don't know.
Him as the Mandarin, the one that was advertised, was a great Mandarin. I really thought that was good. But then when they did the twist on it, and it's like,
it was a Guy Pearce.
Yeah, Guy Pearce in the end. It wasn't originally him; it was the other guy.
Yeah,
but that was ridiculous. That ruined the movie for me. Yeah. Really did. It just completely ruined it. It was just ridiculous. Other than that, I enjoyed that part of it. I enjoyed the movie up until that part. I came out with a mate and I was like, well, that was shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that third act, you know. But with the Batman situation, there is talk of the other Batmans coming back, isn't there? A bit like Spidey, about the
in like a Flashpoint type movie.
Yeah, it's sort of a Flashpoint. That should be good. I mean, Robert Pattinson, I don't particularly. I don't know. It's not that I don't like him, because I do like him. I think I'm probably one of the only people that actually like the Twilight Saga.
Mm.
You know, but I just don't know if he's got that same sort of character to pull off a Batman.
To be fair, though, I said that about Ben Affleck. I didn't think he was going to be a Batman, but he got himself into shape. He got the voice. He nailed the role. It was just a shame he was in 2 shit films for Batman.
Yeah.
You know, Queenie, evening Queenie.
Hi, Queenie.
Mentioned Snake Eyes. That's the G.I. Joe Origins films. Now, I loved the G.I. Joe cartoons. I loved the G.I. Joe animated movies back from the 80s and 90s, but I wasn't a fan of the Wayne brothers and Channing Tatum version of G.I. Joe.
Yeah, they weren't great.
No, and for him not to have been, but the second film to have Bruce Willis and The Rock in it trying to rescue it, it was just, it didn't do well for me, I don't think. Oh, Queenie's just flying visit.
Hi, Queenie. Bye, Queenie. Charlie Havan being a Geordie shot me.
Was he in
Biker? No, really, Charlie? Yes, he was. He did a. I've seen the clip of him on Biker Grove. I think he's a great actor, though. Absolutely brilliant. Especially in Sons of Anarchy.
So, would you like to see him as a James Bond? Because you know he can do it, because he's done it in Pacific Rim, hasn't he? You know, he can.
To a degree, yeah. And
he's quite
he was in The Gentleman, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah.
He was good in The Gentleman, to be fair. I tell you what threw me off with actors with accents was the guy from Line of Duty.
Because you don't realise he's Scottish.
Exactly that. So I've sort of watched 5 seasons of him, and I literally watched a few videos of him on YouTube doing interviews. I was like, what? It was so confusing.
What was the other program he did on BBC? Was it The Net or something like that?
But there was one that came out not long back. I can't remember what the bloody name of it was.
Yeah, because he's got his normal accent and that he's
Scottish in that. Yeah.
Queenie's also mentioning Free Guy. Now, I've seen the trailer for this, and it's not really tickling me to want to go and see it, but everyone's raving about it.
Yeah, I want to see it. Chris went and saw it. He said he enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, Chris enjoys like Zombievers.
Hey, that's a classic.
The Nest. There we go. The Nest, not the Net. The Nest. The Nest. Yeah.
I'm glad you've got somebody there on admin that can put you straight there, Steve.
Yeah, but Lana was the same. She had a soft spot for Darnett, and then found out that he's Scottish.
Really?
Yeah. Then she put him off him. Apparently, the Killing Eve actress is. Yeah, she is. She's from Liverpool, isn't she?
Anybody about accent? No one there.
Is it Judy Comer? Is it Judy Comer?
He's saying it's going to be good. It's good.
Yeah, but he's got the next NECA figure coming out, and he's going to.
Yeah, he's basically advertising.
He's basing it, yeah. Idris Elba played Bond. Now, do you know what's put me off Idris Elba playing Bond? Was Idris Elba's character in Hobbs and Shaw.
Mate, you want to see him? He carries that Suicide Squad. He's one of the main guys in that Suicide Squad. He can definitely do it. You know, I just don't know if that's the sort of character that Bond is. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I mean, the thing is that the different incarnations have all brought different personalities to the role, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know,
but
and
to me, I loved Idris Elba as Luther. I loved him in Pacific Rim. I loved him in what's it? The Dark Tower, when he's the gunslinger. There's just something about his character in Hobbs and Shaw. There's just something about his character in Hobbs and Shaw that just doesn't tick the box for me.
Yeah.
And I think if he's going to go down that route of being Bond or something like that, then yeah, I think he needs to go back to his Luther type of character.
I think he's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor. Yeah.
I'm quite happy with the sort of character that James Bond is at the minute. So it'd be interesting to see what they would do, because if they try and do exactly what Daniel Craig's doing, it's going to be fake, innit? You know, whereas this is more of a dark, grittier sort of Bond. Mind you, to be fair, I think he has lightened a bit over the years.
Yeah.
But it's just what sort of character he would bring to it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting whichever way they go with the new Bond. If they do a new Bond straight after, you know, if they wait like 10 years in between, you know, that you might come up with a fresh idea or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. See you later, Queenie.
Yeah, good luck. Right. Okay. So 2001.
What else you got for us?
Yeah, I'm just looking through my list now.
Directors?
I haven't really done much of directors, to be honest. I haven't done much with directors. But if you're looking at the big films and the franchises, which of the franchises, apart from like Fast and the Furious, which is still going on now, 20 years later, which would you reckon with the better franchises that were launched that year that would hold up today?
One sec. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, Jeepers Creepers, I think that's still. Has that got 3 films or 4 films now?
4, isn't it?
I think there was a newer one. Yeah, I think there was originally 3. I think. No, there was 2, and then they brought one out a few years back, so there's 3. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know really. I mean, there's not a lot of them. I mean, your Ocean's 11, the Ocean's movies, they stand up. I'm not counting the ladies one in that.
There's going to be a new ladies one though, isn't it? Ocean's 9. Yeah, because it was called Ocean's 8, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So it's going to be Ocean's 9. Yeah, Joanne's saying 4. I thought there was 4.
What's that?
Joanne's saying 4 for Jeepers Creepers.
Right. Yeah. I thought the third one was the one that was out not long ago. Shrek. The Shrek franchise.
Yeah. What do you reckon to the recent Shreks? Because they've sort of been like shorter. They like the Halloween one and the
money grabs, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Looking at my list, I'm definitely going to watch Enemy at the Gates again. I need to get that and watch that again. And Lord of the Rings. You know, I'm going to have to. Now there's a new series or a new set of films that are being filmed over here this time around, not over there. I think I'm going to have to sit down and watch them all again. I'm going to. Actually, that's what we can do on Sunday, Lana. We can have a Lord of the Rings day.
I'm sure she's chuffed.
Lord of the Rings followed by The Hobbit.
Well, I picked up although I've got the extended box of them all, I picked up the Steelbook, 5-disc Steelbook extended edition for Lord of the Rings. The first one, actually, ironically, the other day. That was about $5, but just to go in my Steelbook collection. I'm going out there. I told you she'd love that.
Look, if I'm going to the cinema to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog, and what was the other one that you wanted to watch? The one with Buddy G in or whatever it is.
What?
You know, what's the name of that film with Buddy G that you want to go and watch, Lance?
I'm sorry. Do you guys want to have this conversation later?
No, it's all right. Just put it in the comment. I've told them I'll go to the pictures to see it. She can't find anyone else to see it, and I don't watch the series, so it's
You're all for a good musical, aren't you? Instead.
Yeah. Yeah. So Lord of the Ring, people just do nothing. She said.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Them movies.
Yes. No, so Lord of the Rings is a good one, and I like you say, but I think if you enjoy the books, it sort of throws you off because they're in a slightly different order to the books, aren't they? They stop it. Yeah, they stop at different parts. And
I don't have the patience for the books, I'm afraid. Not at all. I watch the movie, and if anything's factually incorrect, I will not know on them ones. So I don't know that. I mean, Harry Potter's got a whole bloody thingy theme park based on it now, really, and a studio tour. So I think that's probably still going to be going for a while.
Yeah.
Although there is another one coming out, isn't there?
There is indeed. Should we do the wheel?
Yeah, can do.
Share screen. See if I can get this right without turning these all off. So I have taken 2001 off the wheel. Okay. So there are years from 1960 down to 2010. $1969.
What?
1969. 1969.
Oh, I can see us getting 200 views on that first for live.
1969.
Wow, that's it. Well, it's not the 80s, is it?
It's not the 80s, and it's not a decade that we've gone into previously.
Or even born in.
Yeah. 13 years too late for me. Right, Ocean's 11 still stand up great movies. Ali can't stand Brad Pitt.
You can't watch Brad Pitt, there's a difference.
Is that because he's not been in the Jaws?
Yeah, if there was a Jaws 5 with Brad Pitt in it, it should be all over it.
Yeah, and a fantastic year indeed. 1969. And believe it or not, most of those films are probably in colour.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, we'll... back in 1969. Cost me 10p to go and watch a movie in the cinema. There you go. Yeah, sums it up for us, that, Richard, the year that you were born. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for revision, that one.
Yeah, it'll be new, won't it? I think there'll be stuff on there we might learn a few things, to be fair.
Yeah,
so I'm happy with that.
Definitely. Right, I'm going to put the link in the chat. So we'll invite some guests on because we need a new movie for homework for next week.
Yes, we do. It's good having these where they're not completely B movies, though, isn't it? Because we can actually get hold of them.
Yeah, and it's a nice one that if we get somebody on to
I know what's going to happen now.
Yeah,
I can tell now. I've said that. We'll just get somebody on and we're like, yeah, there'll be a 1969 movie.
Gary's going to come on with the blob or something.
Gary's just going to come on and go, yeah, this one. Try and find that, you God. Because he's got it in his VHS collection.
Yeah. Well, strange thing, the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey was made in 1969.
Really? Wow.
What's Lana saying here? She saw gift sets in B&M for Jaws.
Really?
Starting the magic.
Yeah, you starting your research early with the magic roundabout. Right. So have we got any volunteers to come on? You know, come and have a chat, come and join in. Give us a suggestion for the next week's homework.
Go on, don't be shy. Have you put the link in?
Yeah, I've put it in. I'll just put it in again. There we go.
Hope you're all right, Lainey. I've not seen you. I forgot to say hi to you there.
Oh, right. I tell you what I have watched this week. The Deep Blue Sea films again.
What, all of them?
Yeah, no, one. I wanted to see 3. Right. So I thought, you know what, I'll watch 1 and then I work my way through. So 1 is a good film. I enjoyed the first Deep Blue Sea. Then I get onto like 2, and then they've sort of done what they did with The Evil Dead and remade the first one, but just different people die. But it's the same film. They're in an old underwater lab.
The same.
Yeah. But 3 wasn't so bad. And I liked how 3 carried on from 2. You know, they one of the bull sharks was there being tested on in 2, and that's what was in 3. You know, it survived the second film and worked its way through. But yeah, I was surprised at number 2 though, because I'd never seen number 2. But for it to be a remake of the first film, totally B movie quality remake, that surprised me.
Yeah, Lou loves that first one, the Deep Blue Sea. I don't know if she's a fan of the other ones, but she really likes that first one. We watched it a few times. I've
You're backstage with the host.
To try and watch at some point. Hey, we're not watching.
There we
Jaws.
go.
We're not watching Jaws. 1, 2, or 3, 4, 5, 27.
There's only 4.
Yeah, that's
Not
what
according to Back to the Future 3.
Back to the Future 2 said. How are you doing?
All right. How are you?
Yeah,
Not bad,
good.
thank you. Yeah, not bad.
Oh, good. That's good.
You watched anything good this week?
Yeah, well, loads of stuff. It's all I've done is watch good films. What have we watched? We've watched. What have we watched? Yeah, we've watched the Guardians of the Galaxies and loads of Marvel stuff. Dogma.
Yeah.
Last night we watched a really strange one. What was that called?
Oh, that was Mordecai.
How did you say it? Mordecai.
Mordecai.
Mordecai. Johnny Depp.
Okay.
Okay.
Where he plays the kind of Terry Thomas Englishman.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Yeah, just loads of stuff.
So he's asking, are you going to introduce us to your chap in the background? Is he going to come on? Is he going to come on and say hello?
Hey, bud.
You'll have
That's
to
a nice
I'm
headset.
animals at the moment.
He's hunting.
Around.
He's on the Xbox while I'm on here.
All right. What's he playing? Anything good?
What's it called?
Call of the Wild.
Call of the Wild.
Oh,
When he said Call, I was going to go, oh, Call of Duty. But
I thought
Call of the
I
Wild.
don't know.
I thought you'd be having them in a game called Man Eater, which is about the sharks, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've actually got it.
He's got it.
He's got it, yeah.
I've actually completed that one.
No, he said he's completed that one. Yeah, so no, he's hunting animals at the moment. And I'm just, well, we knew I was talking to you two tonight.
He's hunting animals and you're talking to 2 of them, yeah.
I didn't want to say that, so I'm glad you did.
Right.
I appreciate you coming on.
You have fell into our trap now, Ali, because you've got to pick the movie homework for next week.
What's anything?
Anything,
Absolutely
anything. Anything that you think the chat might have seen, might want to watch again, what you might want to watch again.
It's got to be something Jim Carrey or David Tennant, really, isn't it? Jim Carrey.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah, Me, Myself, and Irene. Thank you.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, let's have a bit of comedy.
Yeah, I like that film.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I've not seen it in ages, so that's brilliant to watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
She'll enjoy it. Now. She likes Jim Carrey as well, so.
Oh, there you go. She might actually join me in watching one of these.
Hey!
Lana, you can watch it after you watch Lord of the Rings. All 25 of them.
Yeah, oh, there you go. I'll actually do my homework this week.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, what's your plans for the weekend then, Ali? What you're going to be watching?
Saturday. Well, this is really good actually because Saturday in the amateur Jaws group on Facebook, I've been invited to do a Zoom talk with Joe Alves, who came up with the mechanical sharks for Jaws and directed Jaws 3. So I can put a question to him.
So what's your question going to be then?
I haven't got a clue. I've not got a clue.
Since Jaws 1 was so great and you weren't going with that, why was Jaws 3 so bad?
Yeah, I don't think I better do that. Hello. And then Tuesday I'm going in the Banish bin. Well, I'm not going in the Banish bin. I'm doing Laney's Banish bin. So I've got quite a busy weekend.
All right, okay. Speaking of Laney.
Hi, Laney.
Gonna get the Banish bin early.
Yeah.
How you doing, Lainey? You okay?
Not bad, not bad. But apart from like, I spent the day like procrastinating as at work instead of doing what I'm meant to be doing. I'm supposed to have like got a video out today, but I still haven't sorted it yet. Hello.
I keep saying hello to.
Say hello. Goodbye.
There's Tiny Steve.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got bored downstairs, so he's come upstairs now.
Yeah.
Although he is watching
Oh,
us.
why
so.
not?
Yeah. So, what have you been watching this week, then, Lainey?
what have I watched? Was it Jolt? Something
Oh,
called
okay. What do you
Jolt
think of it?
on
Because I've
Amazon.
seen the trailers of that.
I thought it was all right. It was one of them, didn't really need to think about it. Didn't really need
Was
to
it-
like.
Was it predictable?
Probably, yeah. In
I've
the
seen the
most
trailers
part.
and
It was a little bit.
it. Anyway.
There was a little bit humour in it. It wasn't like totally sort of straight-laced kind of thing, and so that was all right. What was the other one I watched? Can't think of it, but he was like trapped in a time thing, like where he repeated the same day of him dying over and over and over again.
Oh, yes, boss level.
Boss level, yes, that was it.
I really
Actually,
enjoyed that.
yeah, me too. But I thought the beginning part of it was a bit odd. You know what I mean. But yeah, other than that, I did really enjoy it. In the end, I was kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a clever it's a clever film. I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Even though even at the start, he's like he's perfected how to not die in the first 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Hasn't he? Really clever.
That's on my list to watch because it's got Frank Grillo in, isn't it? Hasn't it?
Mhm. Yeah, he plays the lead in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like his stuff. To be honest.
And the guy, what's his name? But he was in Hangover. What's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
He was the barman in it.
One sec.
Well,
In Hangover, he's like he's the one who's chasing them. I think. I'm forgetting his name. Why can't I think of it? Anyway, no, Bradley Cooper. He wasn't like one of the main three. He was like. I'm gonna have to Google it because it'll drive us mad. But
I'm just googling it now for you. Oh, is it Ken DeYoung?
Yes, that's him. Yeah, he was in it as well.
Yeah, it's got Mel Gibson in. And
Mel Gibson. I forgot about him.
Yeah. I was going to say it has got Mel Gibson in it.
Yeah,
but he's not. See, Mel Gibson now isn't Mel Gibson who I remember, because I remember Mel, like the old Mel Gibson, like the young Mel Gibson.
The young Mel Gibson, not the old Mel Gibson.
Yeah. That.
Did anybody watch that Bad Santa? Is it Bad Santa? The one where he basically plays a broken Chris Kringle, doesn't he?
That's not Mel Gibson, no.
Is that Billy Bob Thornton?
No, not Bad. No. It's not Bad Santa. What's it called? It came out back end of last year, I think. But he plays Santa. Oh,
I don't think I've seen it.
I don't know. You're going to make me Google it now, aren't you? Mel Gibson Santa.
Yeah.
I think it was just called Santa, wasn't it? Fat Man. It's called.
What?
Fat Man.
Fat Man. That's it.
Oh, is that what it?
Yeah.
I don't think I bothered watching
that. That was pretty. I enjoyed that. That was good. That came
I've
out.
I've got something to ask you as well. In October, at the end of October, we're doing I was doing like a charity thing with the calendars and all that. And Nick and Andrea usually do a charity thing, but we've decided to sort of plow together rather than having two separate ones close together. We're just doing one bigger one together. So it'll be like a 90s festival type thing with lots of stuff going on. So I was thinking that, like, I was going to ask you if you would do like your movie chat be like a 90s one, or even the year out the 90s, and then you could dress 90s, like, and be like,
give me an excuse to dress up in the 90s.
There'll be no change for this. Well, he does it all the time. Have you seen his fashion sense?
Turn up as like Magnum PI or something, and I don't know what else was it. I'm trying to think of people in the 90s, when you're just like mind blank.
Lainey, we'll definitely do it. I didn't think you'd want a small channel like ours to do it, so yeah, we'll be on it.
Okay, like everyone should get involved. It's like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'd love that. That'd be
just
awesome.
being involved. And what there'll be like a list of everything that's going to be going on in that week. You know what I mean? It'll be mostly concentrated to the weekend, but there'll be things in the week as well, because I'll be doing the banish bin. Like, I'll be in the hot seat on the banish bin that week. And then I'll be interviewing the Spice Girls on Sunday, though. That'll be fun.
If the chat are getting to, I'm going to say
that'll be on Halloween.
Every single thing you try and banish, I'm going to save if it's the chat. If we're allowed. Literally, like, no, sorry.
Well, you'll still have to pick one or the other. You can't, you know what I mean? The person, because there's nine. I think there's 9. Is there 9? God, 9 people coming back who are then gonna like ask me. Do you know what I mean? A little thing each, and I've got no even control over the categories.
That's nice, isn't it, Chris?
You know what I mean?
Sorry, Lainey. Cookie and the Cocksnots have turned up.
That doesn't include me and Ali, you know.
Yeah, let us know what date you're thinking, and we'll definitely do that. So I'll look forward to that.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good thing, and you never know, we might get him back on the show for
Although at this precise moment, he's not really giving us much confidence there, is it?
No, he's not. No.
You're going to wear a wig? Because I reckon you had hair in the 90s.
Me? Had hair in the 90s? Actually, I did have hair in the 90s, yeah. I've got hair now, I'm bald by choice. I don't like getting up in the mornings and having to do anything with it, you see.
Alright, mine's going further back.
Yeah, if I let mine grow, I look like Marge Simpson. It grows up. It doesn't grow down, it grows up. So what are you watching this weekend then, Lainey? Sorry, what did you say you were going to watch?
I still need to see the new Suicide Squad. Haven't seen that yet. Want to see it, but I liked Will Smith in it last time, so I'm a bit like,
Yeah, you don't actually miss him, to be fair, because the thing is there's so many characters, and Idris Elba.
Yeah, I like him though, as I mentioned. So yeah,
he does do really well.
Oh god, yeah, no, Steve, we can do a middle fun. That'll be fab.
So is that it now? Then I'm not to cut my hair until October, right? Okay. So the next. Yeah, so when you see him post on Facebook going, "God's sake, Steve looks homeless," this is because
that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, it's anyone who can get involved in the week would be great. Like, anyone's channel, that would be cool. And then I was just thinking about it the other day, and I thought, I could ask them, because you can base it around the 90s, and it would fit in with what you're doing already.
Yeah.
With just an added bit of humor and then a link to donate, and that's it.
If you'd have said 80s, he'd have come dressed as a transformer. He would have got all full cereal boxes, the whole lot, I'm telling you.
It's a shame we couldn't do the 70s. I'd like to see him dressed up as John Travolta from Staying Alive. No, yeah, but the 90s is not so bad, though, really. What was the 90s? It was...
Bell suits.
Yeah, that's it. I can come dressed as Danny Dyer from The Business or something.
Oh,
It came out in the 90s. Was it did Mask come out in the 90s?
Mask was the 80s. Oh, Mask,
Yeah.
the Mask, the film. Yeah.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
Yeah, that was the 90s.
The Transwatched.
A trans what?
Oh, that's it.
I've got the Jim Carrey mask.
That's it.
I've
I'm
got
gonna,
a brain.
Have you?
I'm gonna have to order it now, aren't I, to go with my mask collection? Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be good.
What are you got a particular week you're thinking?
It's the last week of October, so
Halloween week.
Halloween week. So the Thursday, obviously, I don't know what that date is because I can't work my brain back. It's easier just to look, wouldn't it? Because I'm just.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That. Dumb. Yeah, thanks for that, David.
Yeah, so that'll be the 28th of October for you.
Should we come as Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street?
Hang on. Have we got a sort of accessorize here and actually dress as a?
Yeah, did you miss that bit of the whole conversation?
I was
You
busy
can host
writing
the
stuff
show
down.
and you dress up as well.
I mean, to be fair,
dress up as a duo.
you didn't have to, but it just added to the fun, you know what I mean? Like, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would I?
All right, we've now got to coordinate.
Obviously, like, you know.
They're not watching. Belle says they got the audio in the car. Well, I hope you're having a safe trip up here,
So
then,
here's the
guys.
question, then. Chris has just been messaging, and Belle's been messaging. So is Cookie driving?
Well, the question is, why did Belle sign on as Chris and call us a dickhead?
Or is Chris active phone? I'm not sure.
Yeah, is Belle driving?
Peter says Beavis and Butthead. It's not far off what they already are, though, is it?
Well, wait, is that the I need TV for my bumhole. Go, hold it up.
Yeah, they just go. It just has that weird laugh in it, like
yeah, we'll summit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, it'd be good for people to come and see that as well. It'd be awesome. Muppets.
There you go. There's a lot of duets here, Steve. There's a lot of double acts.
Yeah.
No, that'll be good. That we'll get something sorted out for that.
Don't forget, you got Nice Life taking a mick at the minute here. You might actually get roped into this, mate, at some point if Lainey gets older. So I wouldn't take the piss too much. She could end up having.
Sorry about
that. Not much movie chat going on. The show's gone downhill.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry.
I'm going to jump out because my son's here, so I need to speak to him.
Take care.
But I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, catch you in a bit, lady. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, bless her. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be real fun.
Okay. Okay. Just because people are joining us now, the year for review after the wheel span was Chris's year of birth, 1969. So, yeah, get your thinking caps on, guys. So it'll be the best of that year, the worst of that year. Any films that were released at all. It could even be TV series. There's a lot of TV series that were out in the 60s, weren't there? You don't need to go into the level that I went into with the highest grossing movies and stuff like that. But it should be an interesting show next week.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool. What was the other thing that we were going to try and discuss, Steve? What we were talking about before?
What?
It's gone completely out of my head now. I don't know.
Are we talking about this? Are we still talking about 2021?
Yeah.
2001. You're going on about directors.
That was right. Yeah, you were going to go through some directors for us, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. You were, because you claimed that you'd done a week's worth
No,
of
I said
research.
at the start I had no idea. Directors.
I don't know, to be fair. I mean, that's always our weak point, in it, directors. Well, sort of for that year, I really don't know where to start with that. Peter Jackson, maybe he had a good run that year, didn't he?
Yeah.
They got, is it Spielberg
Chris
AI?
Columbus.
Yeah. It's Spielberg AI, in it.
Spielberg's AI, yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know. Yeah, I do need to brush up on me directors. This is coming up as Steven Soderbergh, who did Evan Brockovich, and he also released the film Traffic as well in 2001. So it looks like
that's a good point. Lana's just directed us put us in a direction.
There you go. See, this is the reason why she's in the chat. She keeps me on the straight and narrow. What's your favourite films of 2001 then, Ali? I know you've put some in the chat previously this evening.
I did.
That was it.
I did, and my mind's blank now. Serendipity, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings Fellowship, The Majestic.
It was very underrated, that movie.
Yeah.
It was really good. I enjoyed that movie so much.
It does serious really well.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody thinks of Jim Carrey and thinks comedy, but my favourite is Number 23 and Truman Show, all those.
The Truman Show definitely up there, but the Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind was another good one he did.
Yeah, with Kate.
With Kate?
Yeah, no, he's a really good serious actor.
he is, yeah. I think that's probably the difference between sort of him and Adam Sandler, to be fair. Because although Adam Sandler's done that one recently about the gems, what was it called? Something gem on it. I forget now, but his comedy got very samey for very quickly, I think. Whereas with Jim Carrey, I still thought he was good at Sonic.
Adam Sandler did the same character in about 50 different films, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's a really good actor.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, that's the one.
I don't know that one.
I think that's the difference between them, because they both had that sort of star power at some point or another. But with Jim Carrey, I think the fact that he can pull off quite a few serious roles as well. I mean, I'd love to see another Ace Ventura or something like that, just for nostalgia reasons. But I definitely prefer him over Adam Sandler.
Why would you like to see another Ace Ventura? Would you not like to see him do a new character and leave Ace Ventura behind?
No, I think we could get another one out of it.
Ace Ventura Granddad Detective or something like that.
Why not? I mean, we're getting a Matrix 4 about 300 years after the last one was made, so why not? I enjoy
He
them
could still
movies.
pull it off. He could do it.
Yeah. Just thinking, like, sequels wise, there is some that some actors that refuse to do any sequels, isn't they?
Yeah.
I think Will Smith's one of them up until a point. Apart from Bad Boys, he doesn't do a lot of sequels.
Men in Black.
Yeah, but he doesn't do a lot of sequels.
No.
But obviously, with you got your Ace Venturas. What was the other one he did? I think now. Oh, the Dumb and Dumbers. I think there's a couple of them that you could get a couple more out of. I think Dumb and Dumber's probably done, but
but what would you want to see them again though?
I don't know, mate. I think for nostalgia,
are you at risk? Are you at risk of like coming to America having a sequel that was like 20 years, 30 years after the original? And then
if they can get money out of it for Netflix or for Amazon, they'll do it regardless. These studios will push for these movies.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Kerry's got a bit more about him. He'll probably say no anyway, but he's not really in it for the money now anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, because if you look at Tron Legacy was meant to be the start of a new franchise, wasn't it?
I really enjoyed that movie. I really enjoyed that movie. In fact, I think I prefer it probably more than the first one, just because I think the soundtrack is amazing. But I never got why people were thinking on that. To be fair, I think that the difficulty with the de-aging was probably quite obvious, but everything else about the movie was great.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. He doesn't do many. I don't think he's done any, has he? Sequels, Kevin Costner.
No, I don't think so.
What's Dave not used to?
Yeah, after the Truman Show, what happened to him? That'd be good. Can you imagine?
See, now, it was interesting to me, the Truman Show, because I've watched that again recently, and the fact that he's taking vitamins and stuff like that, they keep feeding him full of pills. And that only occurred to me it's because he's lived in the dome all his life, hasn't he? So he doesn't get natural sunlight and stuff like that, does he? So yeah, it's stuff like that you miss during when you've watched it when you're a lot younger, and you don't realise what is actually going on.
Here's one for you, and I'll ask you: how many Crocodile Dundees is there?
3.
I was hoping you were going to get that wrong then. Because the first 2 are the only 2 that I really associate. The last one was garbage.
Yeah,
that Los Angeles was.
There's 3 Crocodile Dundee films, and there's one now that's called something Paul Hogan, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, that's what's come out. I think
I am Paul Hogan or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I am Paul Hogan. Yeah. I don't think it's actually officially out yet. But I've seen the trailers for that.
I don't know.
Original movies and projects. I agree. I'll say a weekly thing. We're trying our best here, Dave. You want it weekly? We'll go weekly for you.
Well, there you go, mate. Just so you get your 2001 link in. Crocodile Day in Los Angeles was 2001.
Wow, that's a coincidence. I see. I've got it, but I've got 2 copies of the first 2 because I bought it by accident. But the third one, it's not the same, is it? I mean, the first 2 were great. What's that? Which movie franchise has the
most sequels, including prequels? Guess James Bond, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say so. I bet we're wrong. He's got to be 20 odd films. There's not even that many Fast and Furious.
No, I'd say James Bond.
Did you buy accident? Sort of, Dave. I'd gone into one of the charity shops and it was like 4 for £1, and that was classed as 1 DVD. So I picked them up. The Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2. Crocodile Dundee 3 I picked up at the time because I didn't even know it existed at that point. But yeah, when I got home, I realised I had 2 copies of Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2.
Yeah, there you go. Channel them saying the very excellent Mr. Dundee. Yeah, that was the one I was referring to as Paul Hogan. It's Paul Hogan telling everybody he's not Crocodile Dundee. But yeah. It's not technically a Crocodile Dundee film. There's 3 Crocodile Dundee films. Yeah.
Prime movies. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I've seen the advert for that one. You know.
Oh,
because
is it on there?
It's on there now, yeah, because the trailer for it shows him correcting somebody about the line about that's not a knife, mine's big, when he says that's not the line, and he goes, it is. So it's not. I'm the bloody actor.
What movie would you have liked to see a sequel to have been would like to have seen or see a sequel? What do you reckon?
So is that Dave's guess to the movie that's got the most sequels, prequels? Godzilla.
No.
What movie would I like to see a sequel to? I don't know. There's so many movies that have had sequels that I didn't realize they've had sequels to.
Yeah, I
So
get that.
that might trip me up here a little bit.
I'd like to see a sequel to Cable Guy.
Yeah,
I think they
let's
could
try
do
and
more with that.
keep it within what we've been talking about, like say the actors or whatever. It makes it a little bit easier than in general.
Yeah.
You see, they did like a sequel to like The Mask, didn't they, with the Son of the Mask, and it was absolutely terrible.
But I think there's going to do a sequel again to that, hasn't there?
Probably. I do think a Truman Show sort of what happened next would have been a good one. I do think that. I think you're on the money with that. Whether he wanted to go back in or what, you know what I mean?
The cable guy turns to the Virgin Media guy.
Virgin Media. New job.
I'm just having a look at me collection up there, and I'm just seeing which one would I like to see a sequel to. I'd probably like to see a sequel to Kevin and Perry Go Large, to be fair.
Oh God, yeah.
If they've actually made it as superstar DJs.
Did you see that recently? That's going around where them two people were dressed at a festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be amazing. That, to be fair, I think it would have been at the time. I don't know if they'd be able to pull it off as much now, but yeah, that would have been a good one.
Yeah, if they actually made it superstar DJs.
Yeah. That would have been good if they were. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of mine probably wouldn't go well with having sequels. Because it'll just ruin the first one.
It might not. If you look at Bad Boys for Life, that was ultimately better than I think the first one. The first two. I say the first two. There was only two, but at least the second one, it was better than that. It's up there with better than the first one, I think, in some cases.
Something like Shawshank Redemption. What happened to him once he escaped?
I was getting excited about Top Gun. Upcoming sequel.
You know, something like Shawshank or something like that. What happened to Andy Dufresne after he escaped?
You see, yeah, but again, that's a masterpiece, that, isn't it? Castaway 2. He was that unlucky he got caught twice.
Yeah.
In the middle of the ocean. Oh God, can you imagine?
He's gone back to find a parcel he never delivered.
Yeah, he's got to find that missing parcel. Dave Repairs says he was getting excited for the Top Gun 2. Christine, that'd be great. I love that film. Absolutely love it. Is that a Plymouth, that car? This is a bit random, but I think it's a Plymouth.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I want to get a model of that. I'd love that. The Top Gun thing, I saw. I want to say like an interview or something. They were going on about how the filming side of it with the planes and everything, what they've been doing, and it really sounded really, really good. Like, so it was so detailed about how they got the planes to perform certain things for this new movie, and obviously with the new technologies that they use nowadays. But in all honesty, I think they're using Tom Cruise's character as just a side of it. They're like a small part of the movie.
Yeah, it's just how to tie it into the original film.
Yeah, exactly. So would you say that's becoming like more of a franchise then?
Because they did that with Pacific Rim Uprising, wasn't it? They, all the characters were either dead or moved on, and there was no like proper link, was there? Apart from what was it? What was the name? Was it Nico or something like that? Who was in the first one? And like say, Tom Cruise's character is going to be more of like the Viper type of character, isn't he? He's going to be like the instructor. But it's going to be about the younger pilots coming through. So you'll see him walking up and down the corridor once or twice, and that will be it.
Cybertron, He-Man, Masters of the Universe needs a sequel or a prequel.
Yeah.
That would have
John
been.
Wick becomes an assassin. There you go. Annabelle follows the journey of Wilson across the ocean.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah.
Uh,
He-Man, Masters of the Universe needs a sequel or prequel.
I am excited by the Ghostbusters thing. I hope I hope they do that justice this time.
I saw the trailer for that the other day for the first time. I tried to avoid watching it because I didn't know what it was going to be like, but I caught the trailer because it came up accidentally on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it actually looks quite good.
Yeah.
You know, I was sort of worried about, again, I've got this thing about sequels or trilogies like 20 years in between the last one type thing. And especially what they did with the remake Ghostbusters a couple of years ago. I was sort of nervous about it, but no, it looks quite
good. They've got to get it right this time, haven't they? Surely. They've got to just know that they can't do that again. Can't wait to.
Wilson's Revenge. It'll be like rubber. Killer volleyball.
Oh, yeah.
The killer volleyball. I don't know what franchises would you like to see them resurrect?
I'm just trying to think now. They haven't done a Hellraiser in a while, have they?
No, they have.
Because there's a long discussion between Alien fans about the script that goes in between Aliens 2 and Aliens 3.
You know when we used to take the piss at Chris for talking about Back to the Future all the time.
Yeah,
I'm getting that same vibe.
So, well, me next point to that would have been because this is a script that goes in between Aliens 2 and Alien 3, and Ripley and Hicks end up on a space station. That's where Ripley gets impregnated by the Queen alien bugger. But would you like to see something like that happen with Alien, like they tried to do with Terminator, where they sort of like forget the latest half of the Terminator movies existed and try to rewrite it?
I don't know. Maybe another Jurassic Park. Maybe they could rewrite that again.
Rewrite it or restart it?
Reboot it again.
Reboot it, yeah. I'm sure they've got another 3 films in there somewhere down the line.
The deal is 3 films and a reboot.
Yeah. There you go, Mum.
What else we got?
Peter saying Zombievers 2.
Ah. That's going to fall down. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. The Kevin Smith collection. So it's got Clerks, Chasing Amy, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Definitely not Police Academy. That would be shit.
And mate, I was sat there watching one of them. They had them on TV. I think they're going through them at the minute. I was watching a couple of them the other night. They're still all right. Bit of a laugh. In with the microphone mouth sort of thing, and where he does all the sounds. Oh yeah. I don't think there is many more that I'd want to see reboot. To be fair, I want to know. I'm interested to know where Star Wars is going now. What do you say, Ali?
I said they need to start coming up with something new.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing now.
Really?
Yeah. This is it. I mean, I think we've sort of we're stuck in a rut at the minute, aren't we? With you've got a lot of superhero movies, or it's reboots.
See that the RoboCop movie a couple of years ago was meant to reboot it. There was meant to be 4 of those films, weren't there? But the first one wasn't received well.
No.
Rebooting Jaws.
No, never. No.
I don't know. Haven't they technically started to do that with the Meg? They've just gone bigger from the
Oh.
great white. You've gone with a
Can you
megalodon instead.
imagine CGI Jaws?
Yeah.
The whole point of Jaws was that it was the sharks that just didn't work, and that gave it the atmosphere. They can't be putting CGI in it.
You've triggered her now. It's literally triggered.
Critters. How many of the critters have you actually seen? Because I think there's 4 or 5 of them now, isn't there?
Mate, I've got them and I've never seen them. I've got them and I've never seen them yet. I picked them up the other week. I haven't got a chance to watch any of them. But it's the same with Tremors. I've got them like 6 or 7 Tremors or whatever they are, and I've only seen the first one.
There's 6, isn't there? Was it Screech's Island was the last one?
Yeah, that came out like last year or the year before.
Yeah. But like I say, after the third one, I don't think I've seen.
I enjoyed the Meg just for pointing that out. I enjoyed the Meg. I thought for what it was, if you accepted the movie for what it was a laugh. It was a bit of fun. But I think the CGI was great in it.
Apologies, Steve. Screech's Island's actually 7.
It is 7, yeah.
Yeah, I've missed a cold day in hell.
It's all right. I'm trying to get. I'll say I want to get through the Sharknadoes as well because I've watched.
I give up on that. I give up on that about 5 minutes into the first bloody film.
Oh mate, it's so terrible. You've got to watch them. They're so terrible.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to be to prove your dedication, mate. You need to watch them.
A prequel to the Christmas Carol. Is that not just Christmas Eve?
Can you imagine if it was called that? Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
And then the next one could be Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant. And then Boxing Day is the sequel.
Yeah. Oh well.
Where there was a cat and it tried to kill a little. What?
What was the film called where there's a cat that tried to kill a little baby?
Not like Pet Cemetery or anything like that, is it?
No.
What was the other one called? There was a Stephen King movie. Is it Sleepers or? I remember watching a Stephen King film years ago that was like literally cats.
Sleepers was Brad Pitt.
No, not that. No.
Is Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. That's about cats.
Sleepwalkers. That's what I was thinking about.
Right.
Yeah.
That was cat orientated, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. There was. That's just reminded me. Actually, there was a few movies I watched when I was younger, and I think it was called The Mangler.
The Langoliers.
The Mangler. I think he was this guy out of who played Freddy Krueger. I think that scared the crap out of me when I was younger. There was a couple of them, but it's a lot of Stephen King movies I watched when I was younger. They were
There you go, Lane. Laney's got a good question there. She'd like to see a spin-off prequel about Drax from Guardians, but which character would you like to would you choose to see to know more about?
About Guardians.
Well, this goes down the G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes origins type of thing from before, doesn't it?
Is it a raccoon?
Rocket.
I think you could get a movie out of him.
How they made him, because he's augmented, isn't he?
Yeah, I think you could definitely get an Origins movie out of that. Bit more of Star-Lord's background. I know we sort of delved into it a couple of times in the first and the second one.
But there's not much more that you need to know about Star-Lord.
That's true.
Because you see him getting abducted in the first one, and then they explain in the second one, don't they?
Yeah, I suppose.
Titanic reboot.
Jack doesn't win the poker game.
Yeah.
She lets him on the door. Exactly. That thing was massive. It was the size of a full-size bed, like double-sized double bed, wasn't it? No, you can't fit on here, Jack. You're gonna have to swim and die.
Yeah, I won't let you go until a rich man swims past you. Come on this with me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's what really happened.
I'm keeping my options open here, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the peer film up. Oh, Doug. No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've got to check that now in a minute. The prequel. I love that film Up. I thought it was a really nice film, that. Battle Beyond the Stars, a sequel. Prequel, yeah. I was having a look in Morrison's today because I was looking at what Blu-rays I hadn't bought recently. Not yet, anyway. And there was Cruella. I've not picked up yet, but I wanted one with a sleeve on it. And then there was that Luca. Is it Luca? The new Disney Pixar movie. I'm guessing it was on Disney.
Oh, right, yeah.
I weren't sure if that was worth picking up because I haven't seen that yet. I know it's on Disney Plus, but I've got a collection of Disney as well. It's Disney Pixar, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember like years ago when you had to wait sort of 3 years before you saw it. You saw the film on telly, but nowadays everything seems to be getting a lot quicker, doesn't it? And then you've got like the releases on there before they actually come out on physical media. It's called Doug Days.
It was 5 years. When I was a kid, it was 5 years.
Was it 5 years, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, it really was.
There we go. Doug Days official promo clip sneak peek, new for 2001.
I'll have a look at that. But yeah, I knew it was definitely for me. It was definitely 3 years to go on to telly, but it was at least sort of 6 to 8 months before they were released on DVD or video. Whereas nowadays, as soon as it's finished on the cinema, it's almost out. Hey, Kathy, hope you're well. It's almost out for release.
Yeah, it's out straight away. It'll do 3-4 weeks in the cinema, then it'll be announced the week after.
Yeah. You know, like some of that's on the cinema now. In fact, I would imagine, so I see the Suicide Squad as an example. Well, that'll probably be September, October. It'll be out.
Well, they were advertising Black Widow on DVD the other day.
Really?
DVD and Blu-ray.
What, coming out at the end of the month?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. See what I mean? It's nothing, is it now? Whereas years ago, you used to wait. It was like if it was a summer release, it wouldn't be out until Christmas.
Well, I guess they're going to have to get Black Widow out on DVD and Blu-ray before it comes on free on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
because it's free on Disney Plus on the 5th of October.
Yeah, it will be, won't it? It'll be like a month before. I'll still buy it for the collection, but yeah, it'll be a month before.
Mm. Yeah, I wasn't going to pay £20 for Jungle Run either. Jungle Cruise.
Would be better suited as a TV series. That's a difficult one, Shabba, for me, because I think there's a few of them that you could have stretched the stories out, but I prefer movies a lot of the time.
Which film or films would be better as TV series? Which TV series would you think would have been better as films?
Yeah, that's another one, isn't it?
Because we spoke several times about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That would have been better as a film than
it was pretty much like a long film, though, wasn't it? The way that they made it.
I'd like to see a Predator series.
Not an Aliens one.
Not an Aliens one, no, a Predator one. Maybe if they hunt aliens.
Is there not enough movies of them now to make yourself a little series out of them?
Yeah, but Lana would never watch it. I don't know. I was trying to think. Something like Trading Places or something like that, where you get like a couple of episodes of them finding the feet of what they're doing, Brewster's Millions. Brewster's Millions would be.
Yeah, that would have been a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good one, that one.
Or if we're going down the route of Richard Pryor, See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yeah, good film. It's a good film. I don't know if you get a series out of it, but yeah, something like that where he had to literally each week he was trying to spend the money and it just kept going back up. Brewster's Millions. That's actually really, really good. That one, Steve. That would have been a really good in that. Because literally, he could have had a count at the end of the episode as how much he had left.
To see how much he's actually spent.
Yeah,
he's buying all these cars and giving it away and everything else, and his money's actually gone up because the interest has gone up.
Yeah, that'd have been a good one.
That's a great idea.
It's $1 million idea, that, Steve.
Indeed.
You'd have to patent it quick.
Yeah. Any other? Sorry, I'm just having a look around my room at the moment while I've got and seeing what I prefer as a series.
I would like something like the Butterfly Effect, that sort of thing, where he's literally jumping, like even Jumper to an extent. That could have been good as a series, or Looper or something like that. Looper would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Newsflash. What? See, I enjoyed the spitting images. I thought they were pretty good then.
Brewster's Billions with inflation. Now that's a good question. Who would play Richard Pryor?
No one.
No, but I mean, if we had to pick somebody,
yeah, who would you pick to play Brewster?
Kevin Hart, something like that. Yeah,
would it be a comic? Would you pick a comic to play it, or would you get someone that play like a straight stand-up guy, but with a bit of comedy alongside it? Would it be a bit serious with a bit of comedy, or would it be comedy focused?
I'd still like it to have the same sort of comedy element in it. And I think, to be fair, I think someone like Kevin Hart could probably do that.
Lane saying Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's another shout.
Jason Manford. Oh yeah.
If you're going to say Jason Manford, say Lee Mack.
Yeah.
I think Lee Mack would be good.
I'd like it to have that sort of character where it's literally like they're a bit like a Groundhog Day sort of scenario where they're literally getting more and more pissed off as it goes along. You know what I mean? Where it's more and more frustrating at the fact that they've spent an absolute fortune all day and it's not changed a damn thing. That would be good.
And you see Ferris Bueller come flying past in the Ferrari.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but speaking about films with sequels, Ferris Bueller. Would you have another Ferris Bueller?
Probably not now.
Because it'll be what's he done now? He's flunked school.
At about 50-year-old.
Yeah.
He's still stuck there.
Is he working in McDowell's now in Queens? Yeah, Ferris Bueller grows up.
Finally gets a job. The Lost Boys TV. Yeah, that would be a good one. I said Jason Manford. I've got tickets to see him again. I think this year. Should have been last year, but he got cancelled. But I think we've seen him like 3 or 4 times now. He comes to literally around the corner from us at the swimming centre.
Yeah, Kathy agrees with you. Looper.
Yeah, just something like that where you could spin a series completely off that.
Yeah, there you go. There's a storyline for Ferris Bueller grows up.
Finally caught up with him.
Right, guys, we are coming on to the 2-hour mark now, so we'll call it a day there. And thank you for your time. Thank you for
so
watching.
Much everyone for coming, and Ali and Lainey for being on. I really appreciate it.
Don't forget our years through review. our year for review is 1969, and the homework is Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yes. I might even go and shove that on now, to be fair.
Well, get a head start.
Yeah, I might watch it a couple of times, to be fair. I love that movie. I just haven't seen it in ages.
Well,
Brilliant.
I'll tell you what we'll need to do now, because I think we saw that post from Goat Jazz that says he's still waiting for his copy of Big Trouble in Little China. We'll have to chase and find out where that copy is.
It's difficult to find, you know. I did try and get a copy today as well. I thought, because I thought I had it on Blu-ray, and to be honest with you, the way my Blu-rays are at the minute, I can't even get in there to check. But I honestly thought, oh, sorry, I'll go and pick one up, and they're just not there. Literally, CEX, I went to every charity shop in town to see if they had it, even in the back, but no, it's not that common, to be fair.
Yeah. So what we'll need to do is that we'll need to pick a film that we're going to watch in 3 weeks to give it time for Gary's to arrive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. And we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Goodbye.